inside the North Faces. We cut class inside.
I was doing this little interview with my young family, sliding back in the hood, about to smoke a blunt. I'm probably gonna play my new video game I bought earlier. All I think about is, just where everybody stayed at. You look side to side. I see a difference. Like you see all this, I see. This was Kim Tofree, Boo and them Mama House, the Barkers, JJ stayed right here. There's been a white family right here. This was one of the only white families in the hood. This was Rossetti house, Juanita and them house, old lady Ann, the Williams. The Mexicans brought up San Jose a long time ago. And now today, San Jose is a cartel hub. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So imagine what this motherfucker be. The first thing the motherfuckers do when they move in here is put that big ass gate up, nigga. You don't know how many millions is up in that motherfucker, bro. And they just be quiet and go to work, bro.
Kick back and chill. And then so why they call this shit the four-way? Obviously it got four. Who all came up with that shit?
The four-way, this like younger. How would I say it? We're gonna go up, then we come back to the four-way. The four-way wasn't there yet. I think I went to YA and came back and they was calling the four-way. But the old school shit was shit like this brick wall I'm about to show you. But you gotta think this shit hella generations back, like when my brother and them was hustling, as some young niggas. Did they even take I think they tore the brick wall down. Oh, here you go, right here. This brick wall. This was one of the first spots. Brick wall. Could have been younger, but niggas used to trap right here at the brick wall way before my time. We had when we was little niggas and we used to buy the work. There was a house on this street called the Shady Rest. So this one niggas would come over and chop their little shit up, get their testers out, see if they got some good shit. And the Shady Rest was down there. So I went to YA in 91, came back in 94. We had the weed.
3 years ago.
Yeah, we had the weed on the four-way. Boom. And that's when the four-way got his name.
Okay.
Niggas, because up top was more the hard shit. Like, back in the day, weed, I ain't gonna say weed wasn't it, but niggas was really getting it off that cocaine and that tar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's what my pop used to say back in the day. Yeah.
So, like, when the weed came in, niggas kind of frowned on the weed, like, nigga, this, like, they ain't trying to sell no weed, nigga.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm just saying the big homies. So it was an open lane. It was only a couple niggas that wanted to sell weed, because everybody else wanted to sell heroin and they wanted to sell coke and they wanted to get that big ass bag, bro. But back in the day, nigga buy a zip of heroin for whatever it was going for, but you can cut it 9 times. So you bought 1 zip that turned into 9 zip. Niggas wanted their money like that. Nigga didn't want to be wrestling, you know what I mean? But that weed shit was like, bro, I'm gonna tell you, if the hood was the mafia, the four-way was like the John Gotti. It made us so famous, bro. It brought like everybody from all over come down to this four-way just to buy them bags, bro. We had this weed called light green, bro. Nigga ain't even ran across that shit in a minute, bro. Right here though, Fat Kev. I was in YA, but Fat Kev, Derek, Lil Mike, all them niggas be out there, bro, selling pounds of weed in 20 sacks, nigga, no deal. 5 bags, and niggas it'd be cars lined up from all the way up top, coming down there to buy the shit.
Yeah, motherfuckers have said Sobrani been $1 million spot.
Yeah, but before the four-way, I should have took you to K-Tron. So now we gonna go to all that shit, yeah. This is besides that corner, this was it. Like,
this is where you get that real fake way project feel.
Yeah, a lot of shit was going on down here, man. I don't know what's going on down here, but back in the day, right behind this motherfucker is the creek. I never went to jail down here. I never went to jail all over the hood, but you ain't getting me down here.
Too many ways to get up out of this.
Too many ways, right behind there, go through the school, and then a picture this motherfucker being pitch black,
Yeah. A lot of police gonna be scared to slide through into this shit anyway.
Yeah, you damn right. So when they came organized. And they had like about 20 cars sitting out, sitting a decoy. Then they rushed this motherfucker.
Yeah, we and that big boy, that motherfucker, he got to turn this motherfucker.
Yeah. But that shit, nigga, we probably didn't have a building or a bitch. Had all this shit at one point in time.
It's that exclusive shit y'all niggas don't be getting in the mother podcast. A lot of podcasters and YouTubers, they ain't gonna come to these hoods, man. You got me with the right motherfucker, man.
This was the fortress inside the fortress. This is where nigga came to with like this was good. And then, you know, back then, like, shit, everybody was using something, so it wasn't like we didn't have regular neighbors, man. It was like, if you lived in K-Tron, you was about that life.
Yeah,
it wasn't no modern everyday citizens coming to live down there. No soccer moms, none of that shit, man. You know, you was either piss poor and you had nowhere else to go, and you came back there, got a house, and you got some money. Cause somebody go come and let's rent this motherfucker out at night, and you was gonna get some money that Uncle Sam wasn't giving you, and I was gonna help you live better.
On top of that, and it was gonna keep you tied in.
Man, you damn right.
Once you tied in to the right motherfuckers, that's fake way protection, you know?
Man.
Once a motherfucker cool with you, if you cool with the right motherfucker, it's beneficial because it's like, okay, certain people not gonna let nothing happen to you because you helping them make their money, you feel me? And that keep your family safe. That keep motherfuckers from breaking in your house, running in your shit.
It's an old school saying. What they say is that when in Rome, do as the Romans. So, you know, like I said, you wasn't no square coming to live in K-Tron, because if you was a square, you wasn't going back there. You know what I mean?
Because it look right for you.
You know, back in the day, it wasn't no, hey, don't sell no drugs in front of my house. It was mind your own business and, you know, be respectful. It was just different, brothers. This was like controlled territories. But, you know.
And what's the main difference between the 4-way and the 3-way? Just the 4 streets.
Generations. When I just told you about the 4-way, when you go to the 3-way, the people who call the 3-way are under the 4-way people, a couple generations. So, like, if you really wanted real history on the 4-way, like, you got to get the little niggas who was there when it was happening. Like I said, I was in YA. And then the niggas under the 4-way niggas was the 3-way niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like Danny, I think the 3-way is either Danny era or right up under Danny era. But in our era, all we wanted to do was be up top. You know, we had the green.
Up
top is the stove. The green, down 105th K-Tron. I say the 4-way always has been there. But when it got the name and the popularity was in the early 90s, between 92 and 94. Because when I came back home from YA, that motherfucker was popping. The 4-way probably had more people, started having more people than the corner started having, so, you know.
And what actually led to you getting, what led to you being one of the, like, top motherfuckers around here?
Shit, surviving, man. Just a lot of homies died, man. Some homies tap out, changed their life, and I just hung around this motherfucker, blood.
Yeah, that shit real.
That's the history right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This wall right there, like,
ain't a wall, it's a gate.
But
it's a gated park. But this was the history, like
the park overall, or the people being put up on the gate.
The gate over there, all bullshit to the side. Like, the niggas you run into that can tell you about how this shit right here operated, bro. It's a movie. It was a movie. So I got up to the corner around 88. So, you know, a lot of homeboys around there, they can't tell you. The older ones can, but like a lot of young niggas, they don't know nothing about. Like, nigga, that was a Wall Street over there. I got a lot of good game. Nigga, a lot of, you know, everything date back to that corner. So, across the street in front of the store, that's when the rock game came in. That's how we got, because the OGs was like, you know, take that fast, running around. You know, the OGs was like, nigga, war vets and niggas that been in the pen. They didn't want nothing fast. Yeah. They moved different. They sat over there and played dominoes and barbecued all day and got money. Right. So that youngster shit, that loud nigga and all that, they take your ass over there and sell them rocks. and that's how it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You was gonna get your ass stabbed over there because they didn't, you know, it was.
And then so, I want to get into the deaths of lately, man. How them deaths been? Like, how you dealing with that shit? Because I'm not even from Sobrani. My pop's from Sobrani. But
where you going?
But with my pops being from Sobrani, I got a lot of people from Sobrani that's friends with me and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so lately it just seemed like the death is just like non-stop.
Where you going, baby?
K-Tron, I'm gonna go.
Call your detail man, see if he want to come hit me. I just said he looked like he at Brookfield.
Oh, if he up there, then you might need to pull up there and let him watch. Because if he leave there, he probably got somebody. He watching Damo card in. I'm gonna call him right now, though.
See what's up with him. If not, I'll go to the.
fact that I might have him pull a dag. Let me see if he pull.
Chevy like 1 year older than us. Chevy was like a big homie. Me and T grew up on the same street. Me, T, Jada, KT, Lieutenant Rail, his brother. You was asking me about the deaths. We just recently lost Lieutenant Rail. Mika grew up on our street. Nigga, Mika is like a real, like a nigga got skits with Mika, nigga. Like, you know, that was a hell of a street, bro, you know? Growing up on it, shit we did from doorbell ditch all the way up to the grown shit, nigga. We was practicing to be who we are now.
Yeah.
But the death, man, it be hard, blood, but nigga been surrounded by death for a long time, so it just be like, what don't kill you make you stronger? Like, you know?
I know the lieutenant one that one had to be like one of the hardest ones for you, though.
That was hard. Lieutenant was my pup, man. So, you know, look, his brother used to drop that nigga off to me. Cause I had all the video game shit, drop him off to me, man. So like me and Real had a relationship beyond gangster shit or anything, nigga. We was like kids together. They came up fucking with each other. Hey, baby. That much. It's very important too. This alleyway is different. A lot of traffic, all kind of shit. With there on this alleyway.
It's updated now, though. They built
it. None of this shit was that. This was like a big ass alleyway with a wrecking yard. We called it Deckers. You come over here and get some air for your you know, your ball, your bike. Nigga ride to Deckers, get some air. This was Deckers. So it's like a little junkyard. Nigga come over here playing on the rocks and shit. Now I think they got, I don't know what the fuck they got going on. They don't want no niggas over there though. They got cameras all around this motherfucker. They be having niggas on the roof with assault rifles and shit.
Yeah. The brand new park, man.
That's new. I happened to be around when they had just put that up. I'm trying to see if somebody.
Well, and then obviously it was the transition of the store. The name of the store used to be, well, the name is still up there, Scotty's, but the people who own it.
Hey, loved ones. Lil Lee, somebody over there know how to roll backwoods good? Yeah. No, I'm looking for somebody who know how to roll them. Come on this side, the other side.
You gonna give this shit?
Yeah, give him that.
That's a grabber beat.
You can't roll that?
No, I can roll it.
Hell yeah, roll us one to roll you one, man. What you doing?
Shit, fucking with Pops right here. Just popped out.
What Pops at?
Right down this.
How much time overall did you do?
I'm saying I'm 45. I got about a couple years shy of half my life incarcerated on the installment plan. So I'm saying 2s, 3s. In the beginning, it was back to back. Nigga was averaging about 6 months on the street, going back to do 2 or 3 years. But gangsterism was different. Like, you know, nigga had to put that work in. You know, Sobrani wasn't no regular hood. You feel me? Nigga was coming home in his dress outs, checking in.
Yeah.
What's going on? What needs to be done? Nigga, how can I help myself? You know, and that's just what it was for a long time. To a nigga was like, yeah, this, it was sort of like a form of insanity because I was getting sharper, I was getting stronger, but I was doing this, making the same dumb mistakes. So you only can blame the white man for so much shit, you know? So I had to start thinking like the white man to stay on these streets. You know, shit.
Would you say this time that you've been out, this been the longest stretch you had?
Yeah, this is probably a long stretch.
Cause I know since you've been out since I was staying back out here, and then I done moved back, and you done been out this whole time. So
Yeah.
that shit. How long did it take you to feel like, okay, damn, a nigga really ain't, you feel me? Nigga ain't going back. A nigga that figured out how to stay out.
You know, when we be like a lot of shit change, including with the police, like when I was coming up, we was targeted. So now I'm living my life and, you know, I'm riding around in a car like this. The motherfuckers don't look at me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm still me, but they got a new memo on who to be pulling over and harassing, and that's them youngsters. So, you know,
You're a grown man now.
grown ass man, bro. You know.
That shit, bro. At what point was it that you wanted to start rapping? Was it in jail or was it when you was out?
Well, I love it. I love the rap music. I probably always thought I was some kind of motherfucking rapper, but young, I was kind of illiterate, so I could memorize shit, but I never wrote a rap because I couldn't spell and shit. So when I was incarcerated, after I got tired of battery packing people and riots, I got into educating myself real tough. So I went there on some special ed shit. Then within the second year, I tested out of special ed. Then shit, I graduated. Then I got all my credits and shit started paying out. I had some good teachers in YA. My OG homies was like, nigga, quit acting like, you know, one time one of my big homies in there named Whammo from the 20s, I had robbed a crib and I got the program shut down. And he was real mad at me. He tried to slap me in the shower when I moved. And he was like, nigga, you from Oakland, nigga, and you running around here acting like you a gangbanger. He was like, nigga, we get sharp, nigga, you about to go home and have some money. And it was like one of them conversations I needed. Because I really was, you a product of your environment. So they take me, I'm 14 years old, I'm around all this crazy shit. Then I start wilding out, you know what I mean? I'm running around with niggas and we busting moves and doing shit. Nigga, my family sending me packages. I don't have to be doing this shit, but I'm channeling this frustration. And when he gave me that wake up, I was hella mad. I wanted to do something to him, but I had to think about it. I was like, yeah, nigga, you got all this time on your hands, start doing different shit. So I started reading books. I started writing raps, and I built my vocabulary. I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, and inside of the book, it said how he read the whole dictionary. I tried to read the whole dictionary. I probably got the S or something, but nigga, my vocabulary, nigga, like the way I talked and the movement, and then it just started all about being like, nigga, I'm from Oakland, nigga. You know what I mean? Nigga, I'm from Oakland. I see the world different, and that's how niggas start moving. So that's when the rapping shit came on. I come home, report to Fat Kevin there. I got hella raps. But I just had the raps and I knew how to say them, but we was on that gangster shit. And niggas was it was money. So nobody in the hood was rapping. Plan B died. He would have been like the first nigga that put on. My cousin V White. He was with the Delinquents, so I went to V White and I started saying my raps to V. And V got me my first feature in '98 on Our House on the Bosses Will Be Bosses. And then the Delinquents wanted to give me a deal, but they used to be like, you can't stay out of jail.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I would have learned how to get serious way back then, shit, I don't know.
Shit'd be a little different probably. And then so how many albums altogether have you put out?
I got about, let's see. I got about 14 right now you can download, and about 3 that's not up, and then about 4 or 5 that never seen the light of day. Just do the, you know, back and forth, and, you know, hard drive.
That's over some 20-something projects damn near.
No, yeah. I just started registering that shit. I just registered about 250 songs and still got like 7 albums. I just been registering shit on my spare time.
That's real. You talking about registering them on BMI and ASCAP?
On my ASCAP. I just started. The nigga styling that post something like he got 1,000 songs registered. And I only had 35. And I'm like, I went on YouTube, because I'm the pay a nigga to do it type of nigga, but that's not good. Yeah. So I went on YouTube and I learned how to do it. And since Styling made that post, nigga, I got like about 240 songs registered. And I was grateful for seeing that, because, you know, a nigga don't have to directly be talking to you to give you no game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for good game, and I interpret that as a nigga, you need to be on your shit, get on your shit. And that's what I went and did after seeing that. So shout out to Jay Styling for posting that.
That's real. That's real.
Hell yeah, cause man,
That's the main part of music though, is having your shit really registered, bro.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more business.
Yeah.
Like we get stuck up in the rap, and nigga be wondering why he not succeeding sometimes, cause you're not on your business, nigga. Yeah, you can rap. Yeah, you was a real street nigga and all the shit, but that don't make you a businessman. So nigga need that whole 360. You want to be, you know.
Nah, that's real though. That shit, like, that's, I feel like a main part we focus on is the easy part, getting the beat, making the music, making the video, putting it out on all the free platforms, instead of really taking the time to really figure out how can I really get it to where if this shit blow, I'm actually gonna win, you know?
And I think a lot of that comes from most of us do everything by ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Niggas ain't really got no teams.
In order to win, you really need a team, blood. You know, some of us, you can be blessed, but at some point, it has to transition into a team. I don't care how good and savvy you are, you go.
So now I wanted to talk about, like, for one, the how y'all do the big Sobrani fireworks shows. Niggas, everybody know if you ever been through Sobrani on 4th of July, you go to the four-way, that motherfucker gonna be lit the fuck up.
Not just the four-way, every street, well, a lot of streets in the hood, if not every street. But that fireworks stuff date back for sure to the 80s. I remember back in the day, I know Frisco had something to do with fireworks. Niggas used to go to Chinatown and get the jug on the fireworks, but like niggas love fucking with the fireworks. Roman candle fights, the big fiasco, and then we do it for the kids too. So the kids get the you know, it's like a hood tradition, man. You know what I mean? The kids love that shit, man. It's giving back.
For sure. Talking about the kids, I've also noticed, like, I've seen you on social media, it's big for you, like, giving back to the kids. Not only the kids at Sobrani, but kids at Oakland overall. Like, I've seen you do a lot of, like, if it ain't been, like, school supplies, food on the holidays, anything like that, like, what made you, like, through what all you done been through in your life, maybe feel like, man, somebody need to give me something. You still go out of your way to give to the kids and other people that's even lower level that, you feel me, ain't got as much in life and shit.
Man, just playing it forward. Man. You know what I mean? Just always look at the board like, if this was me and I needed help, I would want somebody to help me. So I help people. You know, and I hope if somebody see me help people, it make them go help people. Or if somebody come up or get better from the help that was extended to them, they can go help people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really the angle with me, just acknowledging my blessings, because, you know, with all the time a nigga did and all the shit, it's easy to have a chip on your shoulder, or I could be running around, fuck the world, I ain't helping nobody, the white man this, the white man that, but nigga here, nigga made it, nigga survived, and yeah, the world ain't fair, life ain't fair, the world ain't fair, but if it was my people or me, I would want it, so I do it, you know? If I can do it, nigga, I'm gonna look out.
That's real.
Without, I don't do I ain't giving you this because you gonna go do this with it. And if you need it, I give it to you, son. I don't care what you do with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we will have to, we got to get into Mouthpiece Society. Where did the whole overall name Mouthpiece Society come from?
That's crazy. Mouthpiece, I was in Santa Rita. I was in a pod with a lot of niggas that was trying to do the rap shit. And Big Boo from Harbor Road was over there, and he had the big block. So Boo was like giving us the game. So it was like me, MAC, was my partner LA, Pooh P from Brookfield. There was a few more prominent good fellas who was in the making, and everybody kind of came up out of there with the game. So I was in there, was a nigga who could draw, and I was like, man, make a logo for Mouthpiece Society. That nigga had drew like a snake with a bitch in his mouth, and I sent it to the streets, and boom, we started pushing. You feel me? That's how it came up. And M.A. had got his hustleanity shit done there. I can't think of everybody else, but it was a few niggas who came out and really fucked with the music. Most of them probably down now, or they did, but you know, it was just, it's a good memory. It's crazy you asked me that.
Yeah. And then so, with the people that's actually involved with Mouthpiece Society, what led to those people actually being the people to be associated with that shit?
Well, shit, it was like really just family. Like, you know, I the idea, sent the logo down to Mike. Like, nigga, Fat Kevin probably was the first person on board, but you know, shit, then they taught a nigga how to rap. So, you know, nigga, everybody that was just involved with it was just people who been there. And if they wasn't like E-Maney, when he come around and we fucking with us, it's like really just like some family orientated shit, or you got turned on to us by your family.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there's nobody that represent Mouthpiece Society that nigga look at like an outsider, or we'll be like, oh, this is my buster partner, and like, no, nigga was right there. Nigga done been around for a dime easy. And I'm talking about a dime worth of studio sessions, nigga. I ain't talking about a dime worth of selling no rocks or nothing, nigga, you know?
Yeah, that's real.
And we got engineers that's been around for like a dime.
And what's your creative process to when you actually go into making a song?
Oh, now, like, since we've been chilling, I think I hit with a couple beats, man. I'm like one of them type of niggas that I'm usually by myself, like, keep some good weed. I like to smoke weed and listen to the beats. And, like, I got, like about 30, 40 instrumentals, and they all good ones, but, like, certain things happen, like, different times. Like, I'll be vibing with this beat, but then when I go to this beat, it just might start. So that's my creative process, just to vibe with the beat, but not listen to the beat, to vibe with the beat. To try to get inside of the beat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it makes it better.
That's real. And so your rap name is Chris Lockett, or is that your real name?
It's both.
Okay.
Both.
He say fuck it, and just what was your method behind that? Like you just went by your real name, you didn't want to make nothing up?
No, it would have been Chris Lockett or Cedar, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't like the way other people spelled Cedar. So I leaned it on to Chris Lockett because when I was little, they blamed everything on me. The school, everywhere.
Yeah.
Some bad shit happened, it was Chris Lockett. So I was like, shit, fuck it. I you know.
Yeah, that's real.
I'm gonna stand on it.
That's
you know?
real. Nah, real shit. And that's crazy though, because I feel like that make it damn near make it a little bit easier to get a little buzz, because when people see it, they already kind of like know that name. They ain't have to wonder, like, you know, a person could just be on the internet and just see that, and they might, like, if they see your rap name, they might not know it's you.
Yeah.
But if they see Chris Lockett, they know for 100% sure it's you.
Oh yeah, that's my partner. Oh, I hate that nigga.
Yeah, one or the other.
One or the other.
We got to get into the show. We got to get into the politics, bro. Like the politics behind being a rapper from Oakland. Would you say, like, what do you feel like? Do you feel like it's a form of jealousy towards certain people, or would you feel like it's a form of just like you gotta pay to play, or what do you feel like it really takes? Because I feel like it's certain like people and certain elbows that you gotta rub to get to a certain level in the rap industry, being from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
If you're not cool, or if you ain't dealt no business with them certain people, you're not really gonna get what you really want in the industry. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I would say, man, you say the politics, I give it to you like this in the form of a hypothetical. Say you had a generation of individuals who played football, professional football, or the rap game, and they didn't really have no thick pads. They had these real thin pads. So with the thinner pads, you're feeling more pain and all the shit. And now you got this era where they got the heavy pad. So you got the OG niggas like, man, these little ass, these niggas, you know what I mean? That's kind of like the politics.
Yeah.
It was
they
different.
feel like it's easier for us.
Yes, it's very easy. They got the thick pads now. You know what I mean? And, you know, you can say a lot of different shit, and you know, the social media is like the thick pad. You don't have to stand on a lot of the bullshit you're doing, especially if you call yourself being up and you're in a nice city, a nice gated community, nice big old house. It's like shit you won.
That's
you know?
Real. That's real. What's your whole overall goal with the rap industry?
Man, in the beginning, I wanted to be able to leave my kids' property. That's it. I want platinum album, leave my kids some property. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't born with no property, but that's my goal.
For you, it's like just make enough money to where you can actually spend it on the shit to where it made sense, basically.
Man, I wanted to be able to put a house deed in each one of my kids' hands. That may be a low level, but that was high for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a lot of our people die and leave their families in debt, bro.
Yeah,
you know? So I'd be like, you know, want to leave my baby. I brought them in this world. Leave my babies a house, a piece, not one to split. Want to kick out all the deed.
Yeah. That's real. And that's I feel like that's the ultimate goal, bro, because if you at least leave your kids some property, at least they don't gotta work as hard as we work, you feel me? And they're not gonna make nobody else rich like we did, you know?
Don't fuck it up either.
Yeah, that part too.
Like, you know.
What's your with being a parent, what's your parenting method? Like how do you consider yourself as a father? You strict or you the cool dad?
I'm the cool dad. I don't physical punish. I got a sharp tongue when I get you know, I got anger issues, but they ain't gotta worry about it coming out in a physical form, but I don't think they like when they dead. I think my kids think I'm crazy. So when I get mad, you know, it scares them, but I don't put my hands on them.
Yeah.
So I got my ass whooped.
Hey.
But that made me a worse me. So I'm like, I ain't about to raise no little demons. I'm gonna try to give them a good understanding, and you know, I take shit from them, and they lose a lot of shit when they fuck up, but they really don't fuck up.
Yeah, that's real. That shit. How many kids you got though?
3, and I got 2 grandbabies.
So you got girls, boys, what?
I got my little Cedar, adult. My middle baby is Amina, she's 14, and Kevin is 8. You know?
And then so your son, little Cedar, don't he rap too or something?
Off and on. He ain't never took that shit serious.
Yeah.
No, C was like he wasn't doing none of that shit till he got a bag. And I was fresh out, and I was trying to gather people up, the Mouthpiece Society, and that nigga say, man, I'm gonna go get me a bag first, and then we go rap, or unless you got a bag to hand me.
Hey, real shit.
And I didn't have no bag. But he talented, you know.
Hey, that's real. Hey, but really though, that's a smarter method though.
You think so?
Yeah, because in reality, bro, you can't really make no noise without no money.
No, you right.
You know what I'm saying? It takes. I'm gonna say without money, you gotta be one hell of a rapper.
Or passionate, like I think
you know
passion has fueled us. Like rapping was like a nigga who wanted to paint or draw all his life, and he got a job painting or drawing, and he still loves it. That's the only reason. I feel like I could do this shit without focusing on the bullshit or the bullshit politics. And we was talking about politics too. Well, I wanted to say something about the dick riders. It's a real dick rider era where, like, you know, fad started, and hey, we got to jump on this wave to get on.
Yeah.
Fuck, I got to be in there spin all the way around.
And then for you, would you say rapping is a sense of like stress reliever sometimes? As far as like, cause you rap about a lot of real life shit. You feel me? You don't really if you listen to a Chris Lockett album, you may not hear that auto-tune shit. You may not hear a lot of dancey music, but you gonna hear a lot of real substance and real shit. So is it like I feel like sometimes rappers that rap like that, they rap like that because it's just so much shit on their mind. That's their way to get that shit off of their mind and off of their chest. Cause damn, a lot of motherfuckers ain't got nobody to really talk to. You know what I mean?
No, real shit. I'm gonna answer the 2-part question with a 2-part response. The first part is like, you know, I didn't come from an era where shit was different, where if somebody wronged you, you were allowed to do things to him. Like if a person made a deal with you, like, you take this, you go pay me this, and you didn't pay me, like I was allowed to come leg check you, or if you disrespected, I was allowed to do this that led to that. So when the game switched up, you know, this rap shit became my therapy. You know what I mean? So it probably been times where I usually would have went and did this, that. Instead, I went to the studio and I vented it that way. But you had, like, not on no weird shit, but I'm talking about the realities of life without naming places and times or implicating people. But if you was close enough to the board, you could be like, I know what's he talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he talking about when he had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit became therapy. Yeah.
That shit real. And then so that was one of the main questions I wanted to ask you too. Do you ever sometimes feel like pressure knowing how high of a ranking you got in the streets? Knowing like the weight that your name holds and shit?
Nah, I don't feel pressure. I don't know. You know what? Military rank only mean something to military men.
Yeah.
You know, a nigga who ain't never been to the military ain't gonna salute the general.
Yeah, that's real.
Only
that's real.
the niggas that been through, you know what I mean? You got a military background, you see the general, you like, that nigga saved my life. You know what I mean? Even if it was a course I gave you on a 101. Nigga, told me do this while I was in that courtroom.
I ain't even a pimp in your little control. Just trying to call some money like it was dominoes. Bring the beef right to your throat like it was dominoes. Dead rats left in the hood, we never honored those. We was